this is the eastern brown snake that was brought into me that had been either hit with a pitchfork or something other, some other sharp guard instrument. She does have stitches in her. She had these done just here, and she had these stitches put in about 17 days ago now. With the slow metabolism with snakes, stitches do tend to take a bit longer to do their job. But today, because I'm on my own, I'm going to take the stitches out. So this is basically what us guys do when we're not at your place chasing your snakes. We look after the sick and injured ones, and yeah, now's an opportunity for you guys to see how we do things firsthand on our own. So first off, we collect an inspection tube, which is slightly bigger than the head, so that we can slide the sedated snake into the tube to a point where she's comfortable. Then we get vet wrap, which you horse people will know is the wrap we use on around the hocks of the horses, and we pull it nice and tight around the tube and the snake's body. Now, what this stuff does is it adheres to both the snake's body and the tube, and it allows us to work safely and freely without the snake suddenly coming awake and sliding himself through the tube. If he does slide forward, he will actually get stuck even more, which then becomes a whole new problem. But it also, because the tubes are smooth, it stops him from sliding backwards really quick, so that we can further sedate them if need be. Now I'm going to go through and find the stitches that were put in. There were a few. The ones on the belly that I showed you here, and then I think there was another set a bit further up the body, which I will slowly bring her out and find that suture and remove that as well, if that's not it there. Okay, so we roll her over, lift up her scale here. Now when they suture, or when the vets suture snakes to help, especially on the belly like this, some of them like to use what they call a vet bond, which you need to, or I need to break up first. Vet bond is the super glue that was created for working with the skins and the wounded during the war. It was actually the surgical brand of super glue. Now the difference between the two is that the vet bond isn't as acidic as the super glue is, so there's less chance of it burning the animal. Now this one's going to be a bit tricky. The only problem with it, of course, is some vets get a little bit excited with it and make it just a little bit harder for us to get it out, but we can do this. We are Bob the Builder. Okay, that one's been done. Now we don't worry too much about that sort of thing as it happens, because the snake is actually going to stay in care now until it sheds its first skin, and it's a nice clean shed without any problems. If it doesn't shed properly the first time, then it will be kept in a bit longer. So we don't worry too much about the little thing, the little bleeds that come up, because we are going to keep them longer. What we worry about more than anything is how well the healing has done. As you can see, most of them stitches have come out quite easily. There is a little bit of bleeding, but I'm not too worried about that. Now, for those of you that actually saw the post of this snake, when I actually showed you that big wound, here is what the wound now looks like. As you can see, it's closed up nicely. It's not that big gaping hole that looked like somebody pushed something down into the snake. Now I'm just going to check and see if there's one more suture in there, which I think there is about here. You can see some blue. No, he's all clean out there. So I'm more than happy with that. Now the big trick, of course, is to get the betadine. And we give him a little... Now what betadine does on snakes is similar to what it does on us, but it actually dries out their little membranes as well. So it doesn't just disinfect and then suck into them. It will actually dry out the surrounding skin a little bit as well, which helps it to heal quite well. Just clean him up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to inspect this wound here and see if there's a stitch in it. I think there is. I think that's it there. There we go. It was the stitched one. That's good. Now we can take this suture out. Like so. And if we look at that, you actually see how the skin has healed over itself. It is going to bleed a little bit, but that now will form a brand new scale and look like the rest of the snake. If we look over him, we can probably find a couple of spots where he has been wounded out in the wild, but he's going to be fine with that. So we'll put a little bit more betadine on that one. And that will help to dry it out a little bit and stop that bleeding from becoming too much. And you may think that by dabbing it, I'm actually undoing the good of putting the betadine there, but if you have a look at it now, you'll see you can still see it's got that pigmentation of the betadine around it. So he's going to be fine.